Astrology reveals the truth about the phoenix. According to myth, the phoenix is a very long-lived bird that bursts into flames upon its death and is then reborn from the ashes. Behind the myth lies ancient astrological knowledge of the night sky, describing the slow movement of the stars and the constellations over thousands of years. To uncover what the myth truly means, we will start by looking at what the many historical records say about the phoenix. According to legend, only one bird existed at any time, and it was very long-lived. The Greek historian Herodotus wrote that the phoenix came to Egypt only once every 500 years, when its father dies. The Roman writer Pliny the Elder wrote that there is only one in existence in the whole world, and that one has not been seen very often. Pliny also cites Senator Menelaus, who told that in Arabia it is looked upon as sacred to the sun, and that it lives 540 years. The myth about the phoenix is spread all over the world. There is a mythical bird called Feng or Feng Huang in China. The Feng appears to announce the beginning of a new era, descends from heaven to earth, and then returns to its celestial home to await the next era. In a poem by the early Christian poet Lactantius, there is a connection to a tall tree where the phoenix builds a new nest and prepares to die until her body burns and roasted crumbles into ashes. There are references to the world tree also in pre-Islamic Persian mythology. It mentions a sacred bird called Simurgh, which lived for 1,700 years before throwing itself into flames, and it perched on the cosmic tree of Persian tradition. There is also connection to the spring equinox in the poem, which describes a paradisical world in which the phoenix lives, from where the sun spreads the day from the spring axis. We can recognize the tall tree as a world tree, in Norse mythology called Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil's evergreen branches extend over the entire world, and it has an eagle perched on its top, which constantly exchanges bad words with the serpent Nidhöggr, which gnaws on the roots of the tree. The world tree or cosmic tree is a metaphor for the Earth axis that points to the North Star. However, the Earth axis does not always point to the same North Star. There is a slow spinning motion of the axis, which completes a full rotation in 26,000 years. During this period, the Earth axis points to one star after another, in a slow precession. We can imagine the current North Star as a bird perched atop the world tree, while the other stars can be seen as birds flying around it. When the axis shifts, the bird will die, and the axis will for some period point at the void until it has moved to another star, and the bird will be born again from the ashes. Or, as Senator Menelaus wrote, the revolution of the great year is completed within the life of this bird, and that then a new cycle comes around, again with the same characteristics as the former one, in the seasons and the appearance of the stars. The slow rotation of the Earth axis gives rise to a phenomenon called the precession of the equinoxes. It can be described as a very slow rotation of the firmament. The whole starry sky revolves around us in a very slow circular motion, and it takes 26,000 years for it to complete one revolution. During this time, there is a slow shift of the spring equinox. Right now, when looking eastward at the morning of the spring equinox, we can see the sun rising in the zodiac sign of Pisces. However, soon the firmament will have shifted so that we will instead see the zodiac sign of Aquarius at the point where the sun will rise at the morning of the spring equinox. If you have watched our video, Why Are We Soon in the Age of Aquarius, you will be familiar with this concept. After another 2,160 years, the sun will rise in the zodiac sign of Capricorn at the morning of the spring equinox. Every 72 years, there is a 1-degree shift of the firmament, completing a full revolution of 360 degrees in just under 26,000 years. To summarize all these myths, the world tree represents the Earth axis, the phoenix represents the slow change of the North Star, and the serpent Nidhöggr, which ceaselessly gnaws on the roots of the world tree, represents the slow grinding of time, the never-ceasing change that breaks down era after era. Ancient civilizations around the world with advanced knowledge of the stars encoded their understanding into myths that have been preserved until the present day. Our world is like a celestial clock that works with precision, tracking periods of thousands of years through a slow movement of stars. This video is based on an article published in the Athens Journal of Mediterranean Studies written by Felice Vinci. You can find similar videos in our Astrology Mysteries playlist or go to sunringastrology.com to learn about the origins of astrology. Thank you for listening.